Ah, yes. Operator 8, a game so dripping with nostalgia for 90s shooters that it might as well have come bundled with a pair of oversized cargo shorts and a disc full of shareware demos. It's clearly a labor of love, like someone stared at their Turok, Doom 3, and Quake 2 posters long enough until the three games fused into a glorious Frankenstein's monster of pixelated carnage and gothic hallways. And then they decided, let's make it clunky, because authenticity. Now, the gameplay clearly takes its cues from Turok, which is code for, we made it brutally difficult and put secrets everywhere so you'll spend most of your time wondering where the hell you're supposed to go. Limited lives? Check. Massive levels that feel like someone designed them while throwing darts at a map? Double check. I half expected to find a dinosaur lurking in the shadows with a keycard. The atmosphere, though, is a straight-up Doom 3 tribute, or as I like to call it, when someone decided to turn all the lights off and play spooky ambient noise on repeat. Gloomy, gothic, and dark, in a way that says, look, I could install a light bulb, but where's the fun in that? It's retro and low poly, sure, but somehow manages to capture that same haunting vibe, like you're navigating through Satan's personal art gallery. Story-wise, it's got Quake 2 vibes, which means I understood about as much as I do when my Wi-Fi is on the fritz. But I'll give it credit. It's early access, and it seems to be evolving, which is more than I can say for my patience with the shotgun. More on that in a bit. Now, this is an early build, and the rough edges are so sharp you could probably cut yourself on them, but the developer seems to be throwing out updates faster than I can complain, so there's hope yet. Still, a few niggling little problems need addressing. Shall we? First off, crates. I understand that shooting crates is a beloved gaming tradition, but when they break, the shards should scatter like bits of cardboard and not act like an impassable brick wall. If I wanted to be defeated by a box, I'd just move apartments again. And please, for the love of all things holy, let me pick up the items through the debris instead of playing a mini-game of find the health pack behind the splinters. Secondly, the soundtrack. It's about as varied as a dial-up modem in an echo chamber. Sure, it's got that classic sci-fi feel, but it's repetitive to the point where I start to hear it in my sleep. Spice it up and make it darker. If I'm wandering through sci-fi hellscapes, I want the soundtrack to make me feel like my soul is getting a little crispy around the edges. The enemy count? Yeah, there's a bit of a disparity there. In Chapter 1, we're cruising along, all's good, but by Chapter 2, it's as if the budget ran out and they just dumped a bunch of crates instead of monsters. More boxes than baddies, and after a while, I started wondering if I'd accidentally signed up for a warehouse inventory simulator. Oh, and the shotgun. Good lord. What a disappointment. This thing feels like shooting spitballs through a straw. It should be a satisfying boomstick, but instead, it's about as effective as tickling the enemies into submission. The spread is so pitiful, I'm half expecting the pellets to come out with a white flag attached. Just boost the power, widen the spread, and we'll call it even. All in all, Operator 8 has enormous potential. It's got the foundations of a solid dark sci-fi shooter, and I'll definitely keep an eye on its development, if only because I want to see if they fix that bloody shotgun. Keep it up, devs. You've got something great here, just needs a bit more polish and maybe fewer crates. Cheers.